Hello?
CPD consult. CPD consult.
So one that for Shama number.
Hello, CPD consult. Hello, CPD consult. Hello, CPD consult. Hello, Latif. Hello, Latif.
Hello, Victor, I can hear
sir.
you.
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir. Hello. Hello.
Hello, we can hear you.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please.
All right. Thank you. Can we start?
Yes.
Yes, please.
All right. Thank you very much. Today, we are continuing with the workups in hematology. Previously, we looked at automation. We also look at some interpretations of hematology, and just last Monday, we look at various workups in hematology. So today we are going to continue with that. Honestly, what I have chosen for this evening presentation is very simple than that of my boss. Not to say that what he did was not right. He did a very wonderful work for which, if you had paid attention to all that he said, then today's work will be very easy for us to go through. I've chosen few LBCs for which we have to comment on and see whether what we are doing is right and we are getting the needed knowledge to be applied. So first thing, let's look at this one. We'll look at the full blood count. Hello? Hello?
We can hear you.
Okay, all right, thank you. So a 4-month baby who was admitted to child health emergency and was requested to do this full blood count. This was the result that came up. The first one was total WBC 9.04, and then the various RBC, WBC cell lines followed by the percentage of the various WBCs. Then we have RBC, then the various indices, then platelets, the various indices. So I would like somebody to volunteer to comment, and then we learn from it, because it will not help if only the facilitators come and project whatever it is, and then they go about commenting on the full blood count. So it's over to you to comment. Then if anything, I also come and then do the necessary corrections. So I'm waiting for somebody to do the correction. I'm waiting for somebody to do the presentation. And then I'll come out to comment on whether it's being right or wrong. In any case, nobody is wrong. So it's opinion that we are sharing. So feel free to share your opinion, and then we'll all pick it up from there. Hello? 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 Hey.
Hi,
Hello?
we are there. We are with you, boss.
And I see my screen is gone off.
No,
The
it
screen
is
is
there.
still on.
Okay, all right. I see anything. Okay. So anybody will try? Anybody to try this? Okay, if nobody will try, let me come. In the first place, we have low HB, low WBC count, low PCV, low MCH, normal MCV, normal MCAC, normal IDW, slightly reduced. Hello? Hello? Hey.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Slightly reduced WBC, increase platelet. So the first thing we have to look out is the clinical history that is presented by the clinician. That's what we have to look at first. First thing, that is neonatal sepsis. That is the first thing. So the impression is we have mild pneumocytic pneumochromic with normal morphology of leukocytes and reactive thrombocytosis. Hello? Hello?
Hi, we are there.
Though the AG is low, RBC is low, PCV is low, MCH is low, but is presenting with mild pneumocytic pneumochromic anemia with normal morphology of leukocytes. Platelet is increased. So you may say reactive thrombocytosis. So let's follow this thing. So why do we say that? we have all that we're told is that neonatal sepsis. We don't have any other clinical information apart from what is here. So in order to save yourself, you may say correlate with clinical findings. That is where the other findings that is not reported on the request. So correlate with clinical findings. Then you may say rule out early iron deficiency anemia because it's mild. The pneumocytic pneumochromic is mild. It could be that iron deficiency is happening, but that is the early onset of iron deficiency. Then you may have anemia of chronic disorder. Anemia of chronic disorder presents pneumocytic pneumochromic reactions on the film. Then post-hemorrhagic anemia, that is when you are bleeding, So it is no known cause for the bleeding. So you have that. Then bone marrow stress or recovery. Bone marrow stress will also present with pneumocytic pneumochromic anemia. So your suggestion will be either to confirm that all these things, early IDA, anemic of chronic disorder, post-hemorrhagic anemia, bone marrow stress. So you may suggest iron profile. So this iron profile has a variety of parameters. Okay. So in the first place, anemia of chronic disorder can be a result of chronic inflammation or infection that is causing the mild pneumocytic anemia with elevated platelets. Are you with me? Hello? Hello?
We are together.
Okay. So your iron profile may include serum ferritin, transferrin saturation, and minimum. Okay? So you may also do retics to show, to let you assess whether the bone marrow is active, is producing. So increase retic count will show you that all disease will improve. Then inflammatory markers, that is your CRP and your ESR. Okay? So in summary of it, or the conclusion is that you have mild pneumocytic anemia with low HB content. Okay? And then reactive elevated platelets, which is often associated with iron deficiency. chronic disease, or recent blood loss. So that is where we are. I hope I'm making sense. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, I hope I'm making sense.
Yes, please.
Okay. So can we look at the other one? Another one?
Can I please ask a question on this one before we
Yes,
move to the
yes,
other
yes,
one?
yes. Ask a question before we continue.
Yes, my concern has to do with the leukocytes.
Okay.
So I noticed that you indicated a normal morphology of leukocytes. Given that we have not had the chance to view the film, how do we come about the normal morphology? Though the total WBC count and then probably the numerical values of all the
Okay, that's good. That's good.
differentials.
Exactly. So it's an assumption that we are doing. So if you look at the clinical values, the WBC is slightly reduced. So it is not total reduction. It's not total reduction. Well, if you look at the WBC here, it's 9.04, for which the reference range is 10 to 26. Okay, so it's slightly reduced. There. So the assumption is that once there's no significant reduction or significant increase in the leukocyte, you may assume that it's normal morphology of leukocyte. So it's an assumption that we are doing. Okay? I hope you get it clear.
All right. Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Okay. Any more questions? Any more questions? Hello?
Hi.
Yes.
Doc,
Yeah.
so my concern is you saying because it is slightly reduced, we assume that it is normal morphology. So how about in the case of acute leukemias, in which sometimes you may have low WBC count, that counts with blast in the peripheral blood.
Yes.
And the other question is you also indicate that there is reactive thrombocytosis.
Yes.
On what basis did you say it is reactive? What is it reacting to?
Okay.
Then your suggestion of early iron deficiency.
Okay.
Is it based on the slightly reduced MCH? Because you're saying RDW2 is a marker of iron deficiency sometimes, but others are saying that even in early iron deficiency, the RDW may even increase before the onset of the other markers such as the MCV and the MCSA being low. But in this case, or I didn't look at it where it is normal, but you could early iron deficiency. Can you throw more light on that?
It's true. It's true. Your first question. You come ask the question, then I'll provide the answers.
Okay, the first question.
Yes.
So he was asking why you concluded that the WBC have a normal morphology. And then your answer to that was that because it is slightly reduced,
Okay.
you assume it is normal. And I was asking that, how about in acute leukemias, where you can have normal to low WBC counts, that may come with other abnormal morphology. So how about that?
Thank you very much. I think I made a caveat that it's just an assumption that we are doing. That is for you to critically look at what the machine is presenting before you. And in so doing, we have time to look at WBC and its implications, either low, normal, or high. So when we get there, we'll look at it critically. But this one is just an assumption that we are employing to say it is slightly reduced, slightly. In fact, if we were to use total WBC that we employed in Korle Bu in determining such cases, the upper limit is about 9.5. So 9.5. So this one is 9.04. You may say it is within the range, but because this is a new machine that we are using, that sets the total WBC count upper limit to be 26. That is why we are saying it is slightly reduced, but this is simply an assumption that will let us look at things very well. In fact, if you look at the morphology, once you are able to deduce all other things from WBC down here, then it means we are on course. Okay. So your second question, please. Okay, I think you asked 3 questions in yes. So the second one.
So the second question is the assumption of you said normocytic normochromic anemia.
Yes.
Then you mentioned that it could be an early iron deficiency.
Yes.
So I was saying, if I were to interpret this, is it that RBC count is reduced? It is low. The RBC
count is low.
So I was thinking maybe the MCA is slightly reduced, probably because the RBC is the denominator and it is reduced. So I was saying, and the RDW2 is normal, yet you still suspect early iron deficiency.
Yes.
So I wanted you to clarify that.
Yes,
for me.
in early iron deficiency, these parameters are normal. Okay. These parameters are normal. RDW, MCHC, and RDW are usually normal in early iron deficiency. But because HB is low, RBC is low, PCV is low, MCAC is low. So that is where the suspicion of anemia of chronic disorder came in. Okay? All right. Then again, if you are bleeding, if you have bled, so you have all these things, HB low, RBC low, PCV low, MCH low. Then you have normal MCV that will give you post-hemorrhagic anemia. Okay? So that is how it is. Then if you have bone marrow stress or recovery, then you may have all these parameters indicating as they have shown here. So you go in order to rule out early iron deficiency or ACD and all these things. Then you do iron profile to see whether ferritin is correct, transferrin is correct, and other ones. Then you look at your reticulocyte count. Reticulocyte count will determine whether there's some amount of compensation for low HV, low RBC, and all those things. Then again, you do your inflammatory markers, that is CRP and ESR, to confirm or to rule out what your suspicion is all about. Okay?
Okay.
So third question.
So you also said, what did I say? Reactive thrombocytosis.
Yes.
So on what basis did you say that one too?
It's also based on assumption.
Okay.
It's also based on assumption because platelets is increased here. What will cause the increase in iron deficiency? Platelet is increased. I hope you know that. In iron deficiency, yes. Yes, some of them is increased. So based on that, because we are suspecting iron deficiency, that might be why platelet has increased. Okay. So that is it. Any more question? Any more question? Hello?
Hello, Doc.
Are you with me?
Hello, Doc.
Yes.
Yes, we are with you.
Okay.
Mine is not. It's not a question. It's a contribution towards that.
Okay.
Are you trying to tell us that based on what the machine give us, the output of the machine, we should get a fair idea of what the blood film is going to look like?
Yes.
What we will be expecting in the film that we are going to prepare. So it will give you a clear indication on what you will be expecting. And if you are not expecting those things, then you go back again and then redo your full blood count to get your suspicion and your query on what you are looking for. Exactly. In the aspect of the CRP and the inflammation markers.
Okay.
So in the case of this, and then you do the inflammation markers, supposing you do the CRP and the marker you are getting is not correlating to what the machine gives you. There's one way or the other to look at your sample very well, and then you do your quality check and quality control before you rule out some few things. It's just an add up that I wanted to add up to what you said.
Exactly so. So you see, what we are doing is that we are doing the film comment to confirm or to disprove what the machine is giving us. That is the essence of it. So if you have any disagreement of the film and then what the machine gives you, then you have to go back, check all the things, do your quality control and check the various things, and then you definitely arrive at a substantive something. Now will tell you that what you did was actually right. So you're not far from wrong. Thank you.
Can I say something here, please?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Please, I just want to make a little intervention here. I agree with Doc when he said the iron deficiency could also be suspected. It's called covert iron deficiency. It's iron deficiency uncovered. It's covert. When it is open, that is where you see all the parameters that tells that's so that one is overt or open. And then what we forget we're supposed to have done was to have examined a smear, and that, for example, will tell us indeed whether the platelet we are seeing is a case, what we are calling reactive thrombocytosis. If we examine a film and it is platelet in abundance,
finishes of his generation of Italian players, and the Giardino, the great famously got Milan, Lazio.
And we are seeing small platelets. It is as a result of a certain reaction coming. So after examining the film, it will give us the idea as to do all the things that Doc has spoken about, the iron profiles, the CRPs, etc., etc. Let's not forget that after full blood count results are flagged, the next thing we have to do in a workup is to evaluate a thin film. That's all I just want to add. We are forgetting that part. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Alote. This one there, you did extremely well for us right now. It has sent me back. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very.
Thank you for the compliment. Thank you. So let's continue. So second, we have we have a full blood count result here. Now we look at this. Okay, so WBC is 16.92 with the various WBC parameters from absolute to percentage all here. Okay. Then we have a RBC parameters, RBC indices all here. Then we have platelets. Okay. Clinical history. We do not know the age of the patient. We do not know the sex of the patient. And we do not know any history of the patient. But this is what we have. So what comment do we pass? Okay, so I'm waiting for you.
Hello, Doc, please, can I try?
Yes, please.
Okay, well, let me be honest. I'm driving. I just heard what you said. Right? So I will base on what I heard, and I'm going to judge on that.
Okay, all right.
First of all, WBC, you said the WBC is high. We don't know the gender of the patient, and then we don't know the age of the patient. And so in this case, we need to go back and do our quality check and quality assurance. And then we have to know the gender of the patient. We also have to know the age of the patient, and then probably either the patient, in this case, if you wanted to judge it out, you are going to judge it in a blind state. Either the patient is a child or an adult. So first of all, we need to get all this information. Then we have to tailor it to the resource that we have.
Okay.
I think my colleagues can continue from what I have said. And I can also be corrected, please.
Okay, all right, thank you. Any addition or subtraction? Hello? Any addition or subtraction?
Was there most days absent? They've got on target 4 Lazio.
Hey. Is it Francais or what? Hello?
Hi, we are here.
Are we speaking Francais?
No, English.
Hey, there's somebody at the background speaking French. So this is what we have. We do not know the age of the patient. We do not know the sex of the patient. There's no history whatsoever for us to guide in our comments. So what do we do? Do we go ahead and comment, or we do not comment?
Hello, Doc.
Yes.
Yes, so it is true that we do not know the age and the sex. However, looking at the reference range, it gives us a clue to be able to assume the age and the sex. When you look at the WBC, 4.5 to 9.5.
Okay.
And then you look at the HB, which is 11.0 to 16.
Okay.
In most cases, female adults reference ranges that fall within the session. So we would assume that it's a adult female looking at the reference ranges. And from that, we can go ahead and then make our comments. That is what I wanted to add.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Okay, I'm also with me with the results here. With the MCV.
Yeah.
The MCV being 88.3 with neonate.
In this case, we have the female ranges. So whether it's a child or adult, can we also get it from the reference ranges? Because I see the case that we don't even know if you know the gender now you don't even know the age. Can we also get it from the reference ranges on the ages? So my concern is that. And then the clinical history, you don't know the clinical history. You could do the film blindly without you can comment on the film blindly when you prepare your smear and then everything blindly until you get all the information back. Then you can conclude on your film. Thank you.
All right. So all that we are saying is just an assumption that we want to propose. We are just assuming that there's no age, there's no sex, there's no history. but we can do something. So what do we do? Okay. So we have low HB, low PCV, low MCHC, normal MCH, normal MCV, normal RDW, increased WBC, increased platelets. Okay. So normal MCV give us pneumocytes. Low MCHC will give us apochromasia. Okay, that is our iron index. Okay, then we have increase. We have normal RDW. That is to confirm the pneumocytes. Okay, then increase WBC. So increase leukocytes, and then increase platelets, or more or less, again, our reactive thrombocytosis. So again, you may write, based on this assumption that we have deduced this thing as our comment. Again, you may politely ask the clinician to correlate all these findings with the clinical findings, since you are not satisfied with what you were provided. Okay. So, and again, it will also give us an idea about early IDA, chronic disorder, or hemoglobinopathy. Okay. So you may go on to suggest that there'll be septic screen for the increase WBC, iron profile, hemoglobin electrophoresis, and nutritional nutritional deficiencies. Okay, so let's go back a little. We have low HB, low PCV, low MCHC. Okay, then we have normal MCH, normal MCV, and normal RDW. Normal MCH, normal MCV, normal RDW will tell us about pneumocytes. Are we there? Hello?
Yes, we are here.
Okay. So
yeah, we are following.
Yes, so our hypochromic anemia will also be as a result of the MCHC, that is the iron index. So that is telling us what it is. So we have increased WBC. Increased WBC, that is increased leukocytes. We do not know the cause of the increase leukocytes. Then increased platelets. So this increased leukocyte and increased platelet will play into our early IDA, just as Mr. Lotte has previously explained. So that will be it. And then our suspicion again, we are trying to rule out chronic disorder. So if you have any disease that is persistent for long, you may have these pictures, these blood pictures. Then again, if you have hemoglobinopathy, you may have these pictures. So suggestion is that you do your septic screen, that is to screen the blood or screen the patient for any infection or any infectious disease. Then you may do your iron profile to see why you are suspecting early IDA, and then to rule out the occurrence of IDA. Then again, you do your hemoglobin electrophoresis to rule out the tendency of hemoglobinopathy. And then again, do your nutritional deficiencies to see whether they are also playing part in your film. So I'll pause here for anybody if has any question. Then we deal with it before we move to the next slide.
Okay, Doc. I have something to say.
Yes.
In the aspect of the WBC being high.
Okay.
In the aspect of the WBC being high,
yeah.
didn't say anything about that because the WBC being high could be led by an infection. So
okay.
What is a septic?
So that is why we are
anything about that.
That is why the suggestion is a septic screen. Septic screen. So when you do septic screen, yes, septic screen, yes. Then that will rule out either infection or WBC malignancy. Okay. Yes, so either infectious material, or then you rule out any malignancy. So we do septic screen. Okay.
Okay, and then with the early deficiency as well, early iron deficiency.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah,
MCV being normal, and then MCH being normal. How do you like with the early iron deficiency?
In early iron deficiency,
yes, please.
You may have normal MCV. I think Mr. Alote has just explained that with overt and overt iron deficiency. Okay.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yes, so that is it. So in early iron deficiency, you may have this parameter. You may have this parameter here to be normal or slightly reduced, mildly reduced, or normal.
Okay.
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 So that's it. But here, the RDW is pointing to us that in any case, it is normal in size. That is, anisocytosis is normal. Okay.
Yes.
The degree of anisocytosis is not normal. Anything that we can talk about. It's normal. So
yes,
is it so? It's all indicative of our suspicion of early iron deficiency. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Any more questions? Hello.
Yeah, we are here.
Yes. Let's make the thing very interactive and then box on. Okay. We are all learning. We are all learning. We are sharing information. So the fact that I'm the one facilitating, that doesn't mean that I know everything. Okay.
Yes.
So the little you know, bring it out. The little I know, I also bring it out, so that we all share. And then we'll have something concrete for all of us. So it's better we ask questions. No question is excuse my language. No question is a stupid question. No question is regarded as not relevant. Any question you have in your mind, ask. And if we have any explanation to it, we'll give it to you. Okay?
Okay.
Hello, Doc.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to know the suggestion, septic screening.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of blood CS. Is it sufficient, or there are other tests that you may do when you?
No, we may do that. We may do blood CS. You may do blood CS as part of your septic screen.
Okay, then possibly what again?
You may do urine CS. It's also part of your screen. And then clinical evaluation of the patient. Okay. Physical examination to see whether he has any other underlying cause. That is the reason for increase in WBC. You know, stress can also give you increased WBC. So if you do, hello?
Yeah, so you can do for the urine CS. What I know for sure is basically they do the basic screening of it as urinary, and
Okay.
when they see an infection, then they proceed to CS.
Exactly.
Also, there can also be a physical examination of the patient.
Exactly.
On the patient at the ward, and
Okay.
then if there are few things on the patient, and also can also do a blood CS to physical blood CS to see the screening. There's one thing again. Abdulwaris, please help me. We have been doing it in our trust hospital.
Which one? Forward. Forward.
We are together. We are
please help me.
C-reactive protein.
I forgotten. Yes, C-reactive
What do we
protein
do it for?
as well.
Or
we
more
do
specifically.
More specifically, sometimes they request it based on the infections, and sometimes they based on the infection of the dog.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, so the C-reactive protein can be requested, and if you also have the
yes.
So because C-reactive protein will be high in both viral and then bacterial infection, it is not very specific to bacterial or viral infection or inflammation. If you also have the capacity to do something like procalcitonin, which is specific to bacterial infection, then you can add that one too. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for bailing me out.
Thank you. Thank you. That's why we do. That's
what we do.
It's information sharing. Okay.
At Trust Hospital. So
yes,
both of us are at Trust Hospital, and then we are the key people at ward rounds as well. So we've been seeing cases like this. And then these are some of the things we suggest for the clinicians to do.
Okay, all right, thank you. Any more questions? Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello, Doc.
Yeah,
Hello, Doc.
we
We
are
are
here.
hearing you.
Yes, any more questions?
Mr. Alote, please come. We are dying.
My boss, they want to hear your voice.
Yeah,
Mr.
I'm
think he
not
Alote,
left.
going anywhere. I'm here.
yes, they want
I'm
to
not
hear
going
your,
anywhere.
they want to hear your voice.
Oh, please carry on. Please carry on. If I have to say anything, I'll come.
Okay,
I'll come
all
in.
right.
Mhm.
So our test scenario, we're only told the patient is 53-year-old man, gender a man, no clinical history. And then the parameters are WBC 6.81, okay? Then the various absolute WBC and percentage, HB 6.8, PCV 21.1, MCV 84.2, and then down to platelet. Platelet, that is 272. So what do you say about this report? This is what came to you in your lab. You have no idea as to what is happening to the person. You have no idea as to whether a person is on admission, and then they brought the sample, or the patient walked in for the sample to be taken. Then you did your full count, and this was the results that you have. That is before you. So what is your comment about it? Any help anyway? Any help anyway? Hello? Hello?
Hi, we
Hello?
are here.
Yes. Any comments on the full black
We are
count?
here.
Yes. So try and comment on this. Or I should come again so that we all look at it holistically. Should I come or wait for you? Should I come or wait for you? Hey.
Colleagues, please answer the question.
All right, let's box on. So, clinical evaluation. We have low HB, low RBC count, low PCV.
So, hello.
Hello? 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 All right.
I think
So
you
we
should
have,
please go ahead.
okay. We have low HB, low RBC count, low PCV, normal MCV, normal MCH, normal MCH, normal MCHC, normal RDW, normal WBC. But in terms of the various parameters of the WBC, we have relative monocytosis, and then we have normal platelet. So what do you make out of this? So our impression will be pneumocytic pneumochromic anemia with relative monocytosis and platelet adequate. Since we do not get any clinical information from the requester, so we suggest it should correlate with clinical findings. So after correlating with clinical findings, we say you should rule out anemia of chronic disorder, chronic inflammatory states, autoimmune disease, bone marrow suppression or mild marrow dysfunction, endocrine disorder, or chronic infection. Are we all right with all these findings? Hello?
We are with you.
Hi, we are here.
Yes.
So please, you pick them one after the other and speak to them. Then
Okay.
we'll understand it better.
Okay.
All
right.
the things you have listed, you
Hello.
So
pick them one after the other
as
and speak to them.
it's now, yes, as it is now, the pneumocytic pneumochromic anemia suggests pneumocytic pneumochromic anemia, which can be due to anemia of chronic disease, acute blood loss, or early iron deficiency, or early hemolysis, bone marrow suppression. That would be. Then we have the RDW, which is very, very important in our differentiation. So it suggests a uniform RBC size, making iron deficiency less likely. Okay. So that is it. So we rule out that. Then again, relative increase in monocytes can occur in chronic infection, inflammatory states, post-acute infection, or recovery from marrow suppression. Are we there?
Yes, please.
Okay. So that's what it is. So
So hello.
You see, anemia of chronic disorder is often monocytic pneumochromic, associated with inflammatory conditions such as infection, autoimmune disease, and malignancies, okay? So that is why we are ruling all these ones out, okay? That's why we are ruling all these ones out. So, so monocytosis may also appear as part of marrow, the marrow response. The marrow response to the environment, okay? The relative monocytosis could also be as a result of marrow's response to the environment. So that is it. So hello, somebody wanted to ask a question.
It's about the monocyte. I wanted to confirm if the absolute was normal and then the percentage was high, or
yes, you see, yeah, normal RBC, normal WBC. Then let's go back, okay?
Yeah, I mean the monocyte, yeah.
Yes. Even if you look at the absolute was 1.
I think that one was normal.
Okay. And then the percentage is 11.1. Percentage of the monocyte is 11.1. Okay. With regards to total WBC of 6.81. Okay. So yes, it's relative to the increase is relative to the total count.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
So, if you look at the reticulocyte too, so it seems that one too is also low. So, does it also point towards the bone marrow malfunction?
Exactly. Yeah. So it means that activity of red cell production is also impaired. Okay, but honestly, that one escaped me. I didn't look at that one, so that is it. Honestly.
So, okay. So I just want to use this opportunity to ask this question.
Yes.
When you are with analyzer results,
yes,
if you are analyzing your differential for the white cell count,
yes,
is it appropriate to use the relative values to decide which specific pathogen or type of infection an individual has? For example, maybe you have all your results, but absolute neutrophil, absolute monocytes are all normal, but you go and have a relative lymphocytosis. Can you say the person has viral infection? Is it right to use the percentage?
Or like relative lymphocytosis?
Yes.
In fact, the rule of thumb is that you don't always look at the percentage. You look at the absolute values as well. So when you are interpreting your result, is holistic to look at all the parameters, both absolute and then the percentage, in coming out with your decision. So that is it. Thank you very much. Any question?
Hello, Doc.
Yes.
So in interpreting the full black count results, I was also expecting that the histograms and the scattergraphs will be attached to the results so that we'll be able to appreciate the
in fact, I wanted to do that, but I thought that that would be another fine opportunity for us to look at histogram alone, look at interpretation of histogram alone. That is why I did not bring the pictures of histogram. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we are following.
Yes, so that is why I did not bring the pictures of the histogram, but it's there. In fact, if you look at the full black count carefully, you may see sign of the histogram below. But because we will have another opportunity to interpret histogram in relation to the full black count result, that is why I did not bring it. So we'll have another opportunity to look at all the things that the histogram picture depicts to us. Okay?
Okay.
So that's what I said. You may conclude that your anemia is nomocytic nomochromic with relative monocytosis, most consistent with anemia of chronic disease or chronic inflammation. Okay? Then you may go about to suggest iron profile, CRP, ESR. Then you may monitor trends. You may monitor for trend in RBC indices, WBC differential, and platelet count. Okay? So you may suggest, because this one is anemia of chronic disease or chronic inflammation, then you may go about to suggest iron profile, CRP, ESR, and we monitor trends in RBC indices, WBC differentials, and platelet count. Okay. So
sorry.
Yes.
So that means no matter the situation or the case, you have to suggest iron profile.
Not so, but because you see, not so because here we have
compare this results and then the iron profile.
Because here we have low HB, low RBC, low PCV. Okay. So
yeah, I'm listening.
One of the causes of low HB and WBC, RBC and the friend is iron. So you do your iron profile. You do your iron profile to rule out iron causes for what you are seeing. Okay, so you do that to rule out. Okay, that is why.
Okay.
So if you do your iron profile, then you monitor your trends in RBC, WBC, no, RBC indices in particular, you may see that there is considerable change otherwise of the RBC changes. Okay. So that will indicate to you that what you are seeing, it is not iron deficiency, but is as a result of anemia of chronic disorder, for which you have considerable number of the parameters normal, and then the HB and then those other ones are low. Okay. So that's my boss, Alote. Boss Alote. Boss Alote.
Yeah, boss.
Can you add something? Or we are there?
If I have to come in, I'll come in. Don't worry. I'm listening.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Hey, Charlie, wait, I beg you. My battery is running down, so let me charge, and then we'll continue. Okay. Thank you. So we are gradually getting to the end of our presentation tonight. So I think I have the last slide to present. So this is it. Total WBC 1.15. Various absolute values and then the percentage. Okay. Then we have HB parameters and RBC indices. Then we have platelet, which is single one. And then all the RBC indices are all low, except MCAC and RDW. Okay. So let's go.
Okay, so with this one.
Yeah, this one we saw.
Oh, hello? With the results, with everything being low, and then with only lymphocyte being normal, with relative lymphocytes being relative lymphocytosis. I think it's a bone marrow problem relating to the myeloid perforation or something of that sort.
Okay, all right. That you're not far from wrong. Okay, we look at it again. Okay. So low HB, low WBC count, low MCV, low MCH, low MCAC, normal RDW, reduced WBC, reduced platelet. So clinical history, a 7-year-old child admitted at child health emergency, gender, male, initial diagnosis, Fanconi syndrome. So what do we know about Fanconi syndrome? Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hello? Yeah,
Hi.
here we are. Here we are. This one is, I may say, the clinical history is better than all the three that we have presented so far. So, in the first place, you need to understand the Fanconi syndrome here before you can proceed to do any other thing. So what is Fanconi syndrome? Should I come in? Should I come in or
Yes.
wait for you?
Yes, please.
Okay. So Fanconi syndrome is basically a rare disorder affecting kidney proximal tissues, leading to excessive loss of important substance like glucose, amino acid, phosphate, bicarbonate, and other electrolytes in the urine. So we have disease of kidney proximal tubules. Okay, which is leading to excessive loss of important things such as glucose, amino acid, phosphate, bicarbonate, and other electrolytes in the urine. So that is what is presenting with all these things. So all of them, low. So what can you say? What conclusion can you draw from all these low things? All these low parameters, except RDW, which is normal. So what can you say?
CML.
Yeah?
CML.
CML.
Yes, please.
Okay, all right. That's okay. Any other thing?
What's your question, please?
I'm saying that we have low HB, low PC, low MCV, low MCH, low MCAC, reduced WBC, reduced platelet, only RDW, which is normal. And the initial diagnosis of this patient is Fanconi syndrome. And we have defined the Fanconi syndrome as a disorder affecting the proximal tubules of your kidney that is leading to excessive excretion or excessive loss of glucose, amino acid, phosphate, more or less the electrolytes, losing all these electrolytes in your urine. So what can you say about this one? All these ones, low. What can you say?
Pancytopenia in CKD.
Exactly. pancytopenia. Exactly the case. Okay?
Okay.
So, So, impression. Microcytic hypochromic cells reduce electrolyte and reduce platelets. So we rule out whether we look at the film to confirm pancytopenia or the other one that the guy talked about. Okay? So we also look at IDA. Okay? Again, we may look at thalassemia because our RDW is normal. So we may look at thalassemia. Again, we may also take a look at hemoglobinopathy. Okay? So that is it. So what do you suggest? Your suggestion would be to do iron profile to see whether efficiency in any of the iron parameters is impaired. We may also look at hemoglobin electrophoresis. We may also look at genetic counseling in case thalassemia is evident. Okay? Then you will do your electrolyte, your phosphate ions, potassium ion, bicarbonate ions, then urine iron. Okay? Then you may do kidney scan. That will tell us that what we are expecting, the thing we are looking at. That is where we look at whether there's kidney stone or whatever it is. Okay?
Okay.
Okay? Oh, so any question about this particular? In fact, I chose this one. Because Monday, my boss Alutu talked about Fanconi syndrome. So that was why I chose this very full blood count for us to have a thorough discussion about Fanconi syndrome and its relation. So, any question? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. All right. So, quick summary of all that we did this evening. We look at 4 different full blood count results produced from our machine, and some of them we do not have any clinical information as to what is wrong with the patient. So we have to make that initial diagnosis for the clinician. So that was what we did. So we're looking at our result produced by the machine, and we try as much as possible to deduce possible cause of illness from the report that we have before us. And we have gone to the extent of doing an assumption that is play well into clinical history as to whether what we assume is correct or not correct. And again, when you have all these full blood count report before you, it is better for you to do your film. You stain your film and look at the various cell lines, that is RBC, your WBC, and your platelets. Then you can come out with conclusions as to what you are suspecting or what the suspicion is all about. And then you rule out few things that if you rule out them, then your suspicion will be as to the point or not to the point. So that was what we did. We also look at few WBC indices as to what actually they mean in terms of our explanation to the full blood count that we have. So when you have low HB, low WBC, low RBC, low MCV, low MCH, low MCAC, and the rest, then you know what you are dealing with, okay? It's not only knowing what you are dealing with, but you go as far as making a film to confirm what you are seeing. That was what we did this evening. And I hope all that we did, we just oppose it with what we have done already, then our knowledge will be complete. In fact, knowledge does not reside in one person's head. Knowledge is shared. Knowledge that is not shared is of no value. That is why we are doing this in this evening. So I hope I have not wasted your time. You have also not wasted my time. We have learned few things that will help in the clinical management of our patients to the best of our abilities and to the best of what we have learned. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm done. My boss, Alote.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
I just want to say a little bit. For me, it is a very, very good exercise that we have been through this evening. The little that I want to add is that we always must, like he said, review a film. Upon reviewing of a film, it will narrow the field for us to make suggestions. Otherwise, you see, in clinical practice, cost is also a very big deal. So if you don't narrow the field, there'll be too many things to do just looking at the full blood count results. There'll be too many things to be suggested, in which case our patients, our clients may not be able to afford. So evaluating the film brings us closer to emanating a lot more and sticking to a few of them. And so that should be the attitude really, because if we don't do that, look at the slide that is shown, the conclusion, look at all that is listed. You see, if we evaluate a film, it will narrow the field for us. So that's all I want to add. Maybe when we do more interactions, we'll get to understand some of these things better. And I want to advise that if you have the occasion, read a little bit about the anemias in systemic diseases. They turn out to be the very common ones that we see, and most of them present as anemia of chronic diseases, which he talked about, usually normocytic normochromic or mildly hypochromic. And there are a host of them, from the endocrine disorders through rheumatoid arthritis. Some of these are what you call them autoimmune diseases, all of them, renal disorders, inflammatory conditions, infectious and non-infectious, etc., etc. All of these things. When you read some of these things, it will help you to also narrow the field a bit. Otherwise, we begin to list a host of things, and your clinician will ask you whether the patient can find the money to do all of these things that you have written. That's a little bit I want to add. But for me, it is a very, very good exercise. I went up a tree, and so I'm now descending. I almost slipped. My internet is so you see, I joined with my wife's phone and go to a place. It kept going off and on. So I'm now using my own, and it started going off and on. So I decided to climb a tree. So thank you very much for this time spent together. Hopefully, next Monday we'll get together again.
Thank you very much.
CPD consult, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Boss Latif, if you are there, come in. Boss Latif. Hey. Hello.
Or Latif's representative. You can close that.
It's Latif himself.
Hello, good evening.
Hello. Fine. Yes.
Sorry, I'm Samira.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm representing him at the moment. So.
Okay. Any administrative announcement for us?
No, please.
Okay.
Hello, Doc.
Hello, yes.
This is Sebuava Emmanuel.
Okay.
In fact, I was driving while participating, but I just parked along the street to make a small input.
Okay.
With your permission and that of Dr. Alote, I wouldn't take so much time. I just want to touch some.
Okay.
Yeah, make a small contribution.
Okay. Thank you.
I would not love to take us back, but the question with regards to if we are to look at the parameters concerning the WBC, whether we are choosing relative or the absolute values. I usually have an approach where I look at both, and with the background knowledge that generally the WBC differentials, the neutrophils are of the highest population, followed by the lymphocytes, then the monos, the eosinophils, and then the basophils. That being the order, even if you look at the absolutes, and there is an increase, but not beyond the reference range, it should be pointing to something. Now, I want to put it into a big perspective. If you run an FBC and your neutrophils are a bit increased, but not beyond the upper limit. Perhaps there are times that pregnant women have these cases. So you have neutrophilia in pregnancy, yes, it's understandable. Then you're able to appropriate it to a physiological condition. There are times in acute infections that the lymphocyte is slightly increased, but it might even be more than the neutrophil. In that case, you know that the neutrophil is supposed to be the highest, followed by the lymphocyte. Now that it is not above the upper limit anyways, but it is more than the neutrophil, then you can say, okay, maybe this is an onset of an infection, a viral infection or something. Then that becomes a starting point for your further investigations. I want to also touch on another question that another person asked about if it is at all times that we do the ion profile. Yes, immediately it is a yes and a no. I won't say yes absolutely. It's not all times that you do ion profile, but you might be looking at a case that it is not iron deficiency, but you want to do an ion profile to make a differential diagnosis. So two things that you will be contemplating on to want to do an ion profile is one major thing that has run through the discussion for this evening: anemia of chronic disease, and differentiating that from anemia of iron deficiency or iron deficiency anemia, IDA. So if you do your iron profile, you see your TIBC and you see your ferritin there. If it is a case of anemia of chronic disease, you realize that the ions are there, but the system is designed such that it is hiding the ion from the whatever is causing the chronic condition. So some of these chronic conditions can be caused by infection. So the body is hiding, with the help of hepcidin, is hiding the ion from this infection, because if they have it, they are going to multiply the more. So the body is physiologically hiding the ion. And when you do the ion profile, you see that the ferritin is high, but the TIBC is low. Then that shifts your attention to the anemia of chronic disease. But if it is the case of IDA, you realize that your ferritin, which is your ion storage, will be low alongside other parameters. Then you are able to make a differential diagnosis. This is the little I want to add. Fanconi has been discussed extensively, and I hope as we continue in the course, we'll understand many more things better. Thank you so much, Prof. Alote. Thank you so much, Dr. Deganu, for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hey, why did you put me in high like that?
I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong. But my dear participant, any contribution from any of you? Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Yes, any contribution, any subtraction from any of you? Any addition or any subtraction or any multiplication or any division from any of you? Or better still, any arithmetic from any of you? All right.
To me, I don't have anything for now. Everything is on course.
Okay.
Like what my brother has finished with. That was very fine.
Thank you.
I was also coming to the same thing. Right?
Okay.
He has,
all right.
He has put the hammer on the nail right away. So
okay,
we are good to go.
Okay. So hearing none and seeing none, I wish you can call it a day. So Samira, if you are there.
Hello, sir.
Samira, yes, if you are there,
Yeah,
we'll
I'm here.
call it a day.
All right, thank you, sir. But then I had an issue with my network, so my line dropped.
Okay.
I was a co-host, so I wanted to save the recording, but unfortunately, since my line dropped, I'm now like a participant. So can you please help me with the recording? I'm saving the recordings. Yeah, since you're a host, I'm sure you'll be able to do that.
I cannot do it.
Oh.
Samira, in fact, you should have brought this thing earlier on in the presentation so that we record wherever we go to, we record from there. But the way it is now, we have ended. So the recording will be that it means if you want to record that, it means we have to go back and start the presentation all over.
No. The recording is already is still in process, but I mean saving it. Since you are the host, you'll be able to save it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Dr. Gadenu.
Yes.
So if you want to make Samira the host, you click on her name, and then there will be a section called more. So more, you will see that host, co-host, and other stuff will come. Then you click on.
Let's go back. Let's go back again.
Okay. Click when you click on her name. When you check her name, you see about 3 dots there.
Yeah. Yes, 3 dots.
So click on the 3 dots.
Okay.
So when you click on the 3 dots, there is a panel that will come. That panel contains a lot of things. So you could see a host, co-host.
Yes.
Yes.
So I should make him host.
Click on the host.
Okay. Okay. Host change to Samira. Okay.
Yes. So this is very simple.
Okay.
Okay.
So Samira.
Yes, please.
Over to you. So now you can save.
All right. Thank you.
No, Dr. Gadenu, you are the one recording. So when she ends the section, you're supposed to save it. So it will come as a panel again to your end to your laptop, and it will take some minutes, and then it will finally say finish. Then you say save. So when you save it, then you name it, and then you can send it to the CPD consult, or you send it to Samira to send it to the platform.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, okay. Okay. So, Samira, so I'm waiting. Let's do.
Okay, sure. So I'm ending it now.
Okay.
So we can call it a night for now.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.